Hallelujah, wadam with a go.
Welcome to Tuesday's edition of First Thing in the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Joe Bradley sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of the Bell China Bridge right here in Belize City, Tuesday the 5th day of August 2025. Television coverage provided by Wave Television. You can find us on Facebook at Punta Session Nation. You can call us at 2025-360, 2025-361, and you can also call us on 605-7779. It's Tuesday, the 5th day of August, 2025. We'll take a look at the weather for today. The information is at 6 this morning. The general situation, a tropical wave, is supporting moist and unstable weather conditions. The 24 forecast for Belize and its coastal waters, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some showers, a few thunderstorms and periods of rain over most areas, but especially over southern districts. The winds east at 10 to 20 knots, and the winds will be gusty. The sea state choppy to rough, the wave height 3 to 7 feet. The outlook, cloudy at times with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, mostly over southern and central areas on Wednesday, decreasing by Wednesday night. The temperatures, the highest today along the coast, 84 degrees, inland 86 degrees, and the hills 76 degrees Fahrenheit. The lows tonight along the coast, 80 degrees, inland 73 degrees, in the hills 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The tides, a high tide occurred this morning at 25 minutes after 6, another high tide tonight at 43 minutes after 8. A low tide will occur this afternoon at 31 minutes after 2, followed by another low tomorrow tonight at 53 minutes after midnight. The sun rose this morning at 33 minutes after 5, will set this evening at 23 minutes after 6. The moon will set this afternoon at 44 minutes after 3 and will rise tomorrow morning at 50 minutes after 2. We want to say thanks to forecaster Michelle Agustin and the National Meteorological Service of Belize for providing us with today's weather information. Our numbers are 2025-360, 2025-361. You can call 605-7779, and you could find us on Facebook at Punta Session Nation. We'll be right back after the short break.
Reunified, recommitted, and refocused, the United Democratic Party moves forward. The National Party Council, having reinstated previously expelled members and others who were not in good standing, the UDP now prepares for its national convention on October 5th to elect its new leadership executive. The party is in the process of accepting applications for caretakers in the majority of constituencies countrywide. All constituency conventions to be conducted and completed in time for the national convention. With the unprecedented challenges facing the nation and a government growing more corrupt and defiant by the hour, Belize needs the United Democratic Party now more than ever. The mission and movement to save Belize begins now.
Temperatures are rising, but the prices are dropping fast. From beach days to backyard barbecues, Cellular World has everything you need to stay connected, entertained, and ahead of the curve. Crank up the music with JBL speakers. Watch every play in a crystal clear action on a new Samsung TV, or stay productive with reliable Dell devices, all from your trusted authorized distributor. How low can you go? Try smartphones just for $119, tablets at $129, TVs starting at only $379. gadgets, computers, printers, appliances, and office equipment at the best price. Visit us today at your favorite Cellular World location, Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, or San Pedro, and find great deals, trusted brands, and a summer you will never forget.
B-Box offers Benny's customers the opportunity to earn points on their purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities, such as Best Manufacturing, Benquip, Island Freight Forwarders, Benny's Contractor and Lumberyard, and B-Mart. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbox.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Box. Brought to you by Benny's, quality and savings.
Darasaba Home Theater and Red Stripe presents the 16th annual Lucky Dube Tribute and Concert.
People dying like flies every day.
This event is to be held at the Big Bird's Isle Sunday, August 3rd, starting at 4 p.m. until midnight. Entertainment includes live DVD performance from Lucky Dube on the big screen. Selectors include Reggae Dutch, International Tony G, Brass Protege, Kenny Gladden and the New Creation Band. Live performance from the Creek Vibrations Band doing a special Lucky Dube tribute. And a special live performance from Man at Work, Terrell Godoy. Don't miss the date, Sunday, August 3rd, Big Bird's Isle. Entrance fee, only $15. Bring out the entire family. You definitely don't want to miss this one. The annual Lucky Dube Tribute and Concert. Sponsors include Creme Radio, XTV, Vibes Media and Television, Channel 5, Channel 7, Digi Wallet, Hoyer's Distillery, Honorable Anthony Mahler, Love FM, Angela's Press Limited, Niche, Belize Tourism Board.
It's not Kikaka or Placencia. It's right here in the city. The second annual Bird's Isle Lobster Fest. What?
Darling, keep me up.
Yes, the big bad Bird's Isle is having a second of its kind on Sunday, August 17th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's Bird's Isle Lobster Fest. Come satisfy your lobster taste buds with luscious lobsters that will have you coming for more. There will be additional entertainment such as a kids creative corner, trampolines, bouncy house, face painting, and many more games and prizes, ice cold drinks, music by top DJs and other entertainers. So mark the date for the Bird's Eye Lobster Fest in the city on Sunday, August 17th. Sponsored by Travelers Liquors Limited, the Belize Tourism Board, the Belize City Council, Bird's Eye Restaurant, Kicks Originals, Madisco, Bird's Eye Cabanas, Four-Way Stationery and Internet Cafe, and Guinness.
Welcome back to Tuesday's edition of Hosting the Morning, live from Studio 2 Wave 105.9, your most trusted with information, education, and entertainment. Joe Bradley, sitting in Studio 2, operating from the foothills of the Bell China Bridge right here in Belize City. It's Tuesday, the 5th day of August, 2025. Yep, and the United Democratic Party continues its efforts to rebuild the winningest mass party post-independence. 14 constituencies will have special conventions for the members and supporters of the UDP to decide who will be their constituency leader. And the schedule, Sunday, August 24, Fort George and Freetown. Sunday, August 31, Collet and Port Loyola. Sunday, September 7, Lake Independence, Pickstock. Sunday, September 14, Belize Rural North and Orange Walk Central. Sunday, September 28th, Belize Rural South and Belize Rural Central. Sunday, October 5, Dangriga and Belmopan. Sunday, October 12, Stan Creek West and Toledo East. And there'll be 4 constituencies which will have endorsements, right? Okay, so that's the schedule for the constituency conventions for the United Democratic Party. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Again, you can get us if you want to join us on Facebook. It's at Punta Session Nation on Facebook. It's live. Okay, yeah. Well, over the weekend, and I forgot to say this yesterday. Over the weekend, I learned that my a good friend of mine, way back growing up in the Nations era. We know him as JB. Had one of the best afro. I mean, rode one of the cleanest bicycle. In fact, he used to wash his bike 3 times a day. And he passed away as a result of a traffic accident which occurred on I think the stoplight by St. Thomas Street, that junction by St. Thomas Street. He was knocked down. He was taken to the hospital. He was released, and later the next day had to go back. He went into he was taken into intensive care, and then he passed away on Friday. I hope I have it right. I think it was on Friday. And for those of us who knew him well, he was a smooth operator. You know, in good old days, it would be in the 70s, 80s, when I got this big afro, and he always had a neat afro, JB. And so to all the families, you want to offer condolences to his family. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 1 son, and I remember him well. So JB, and well, when the funeral, I know he used to be right here on North Front Street. You would always see him with his bike going in there, they clean it up, right? So he has transpired to another world. Yeah. Last night, and we know that right now there's a lot of discussions going on, a lot of moves being made. The Income Tax Department will be turned into a semi-autonomous revenue authority. And I heard the director of Income Tax talking. I think that's right. And, a lot of things as it relates to the Income Tax Department, this transition has taken place, but the Belizean public, and especially the staff of the Income Tax Department, knows very, very, very little about what is happening. And I heard the president of the Public Service Union on the news last night, and then I also heard the director talking. I'm saying, well, why the transition? But I wonder. The director, and I don't want to get her wrong now. We'll talk about will improve efficiency, accountability, and tax collection. And man, if you are saying that to us out here, that's an indictment on the present management of the Income Tax Department. And nobody has really said to us, nobody from the government has said to us, got the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister, nobody has said to us, why are we changing from a government department to a semi-autonomous authority? Why? What is the reason? What will be the benefit? And I heard the lady, Mrs. Longsworth, from the tax department telling us about the staff. I mean, you have 236 staff members, and what will happen that if any of the staff members wants to transition over to this authority, they will have to apply for a post there, and then depending on the outcome of their application, whether it is accepted or rejected, they will be able to move over. The only thing we can move right over. You have to apply for a post in this new semi-autonomous revenue authority, and dependent on the outcome of your application, then you will be able to transition with this new authority. Now, my thing is, what will happen to those? What will happen to those who don't want to transition over? What will happen to those persons who served a number of years in the service? Will they be able to ask for early retirement, get their gratuity for that period, and then go elsewhere? Or, as I heard, that they will be able, the Public Service Commission will be responsible to place them in other areas. Now, that's another problem, because we know in the public service, you earn seniority, and as you earn seniority, you're paid on different scales. So what if, for example, one of them want to go to the police department, or one of them want to move to a labor department or something, and there is no vacancy to fit these people in? What will be done with these people? And you see, this country, this government does a lot of things without proper consultation. I think last week they had a meeting with the unions and the unions, the president and members of the staff of the income tax department. And what I understood from the whole thing, that the staff don't know where they go on. Or I shouldn't say they don't know where to go on. The staff knows very little of what is happening. And we in Belize, like I always say, that Belizeans, we need to change the way we look at our government. And we need to change the way as to how we see ourselves. We play a very important role in the development of the country. Very, very, very important role in the development of the country. And we have to play a very important role in the decisions being made in this country. You see, right now you have a number of things going on, right? And Said Musa said it best. Blow over like a lee breeze. A lot of things happen, and it's on the forefront for a few days, a week, bam, it gone. Right now, there is this 13th Amendment. If you listen around, if you listen like that they go up on the back burner. But I think like the 13th Amendment is very, 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 very important, because what that is doing, that will, to me, and this is my personal opinion, the 13th Amendment will be taking away the rights, the constitutional rights of Belizeans. And we can't allow that. You hear and they tell you, it's unconstitutional. The Constitution supersedes any laws. Any law in this country, the Constitution supersedes that law. Okay? And so the Constitution is the supreme authority in this country. Anything that seems or could be proven unconstitutional, you know, you don't have anything to answer for. So basically, you look at that. There's another thing right now. Another thing, and I think it was last week or the week before, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Francis Fonseca, reported that some decision or then he got talking. We are say I want to say then he got talking as to the possibility of creating a third country, Belize, allowing Belize to be used as a third country for deportees from the States. And I'm saying a decision like that, many of these decisions that are being made or that are being discussed right now, I think that at the end, they should be decided, the decision ought to be made after we have a referendum. We are going to offer the states, we are going to provide safe haven. We are going to be a third country where the U.S. government will be able to send the deportees, the people they don't want to live, the people Trump don't want to live in the States, and they want to send in a Belize. Now, that's one of the craziest thing I could hear about. But we don't even got, in Belize, we don't even have 400,000 people. We don't even have 400,000 people. We right now cannot take care of our government right now cannot provide a good way of life for our 400,000 people. You see how our people live. You look at some housing conditions around this country, and you just say, well, man, you only sit in a back a bush or in a villages. Man, you go back a port. You see some conditions where some people live now. Man, they have to use you're calling a pallet London Bridge. In the city, you know. In the city, you still have London bridges. But they talk about allowing Belize to be used as a third country, a safe haven for Trump and for his craziness. Man, we need to tighten up. Right now as we speak, the health services, the inner shambles. The education system is in shambles. Like when me and Mr. Maivit were on the show yesterday, I mentioned that there was an instance where somebody called us and told us about the fact that this child graduated from primary school. I'm trying to fill out an application to go to a high school in Dangriga, and the child can't read. There's no more. It's no more mandatory that you have exams after to take. So you don't know where you're at. You don't know where you're at. You have instances where the IT vet. I mean, we're still spending money on it, but how effective is the IT vet right now? Then I think it was last year before, they opened a new program where they put up a nice building. You can't even find teachers for these operations. But the Prime Minister will tell you, and he will tell you that BAN and the IMF commends Belize for the improvement in the economy, and this bas. Stop it. Because the IMF will tell you where you tell them. IMF will tell you where you tell them. We know, I mean, those of us who are advanced in age and have any experience with the IMF, The IMF remedies is two things. You cut the wage bill and you raise tax. That's their remedies. That's their solution to better any economic ills in the country. That's what they do. I remember under the good UDP under Mr. Barrow, when IMF man listen to me, then they can't tell you do this. Mr. Barrow say listen to me. We will implement our own homegrown remedies, and it worked. It worked. Never before have I seen Belize where it's at right now. Never before. And you tell me, oh, this they happen, man, that they happen, man, this they happen, man, that they happen. Well, where they happen, the rank and file, the masses of the Belizean people, no, they feel it. We are not feeling it. Because, make I tell us, on you could say, well, you hear, oh, and the statistics, this and that, and a whole lot of things. Listen to me. When you feel it in your pocket, then you know that it hurts. And you know what the man they tell you, that was bad pan and nonsense. Because you know they happen. You go to the shop. You go to the shop, and what you paid 2 weeks ago, what your bill you paid 2 weeks ago, you bought some merchandise 2 weeks ago. You can't buy the same merchandise. You can't buy the same merchandise for the same amount of money today. You have to put another $2-3 more. But out here, you can't. You can't go to your boss and tell him, well, boss, I need a salary increase. I need a salary increase. You see, we all know that the teachers, they were promised by no other than the same Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Francis Fonseca, who was the then Minister of Education. I remember when they present the Ting, the manifesto, but you remember it was COVID, and so you did it you did it electronically, online, and then you could take off everything. They never had no hard copy of it. I remember clearly, one of the promise to the teachers was that they would increase, and under a new government, under a PUP government, they would have increased they would have received an increase of 20% in salary. 20%, you know. 5 years after, the teachers, they had to demonstrate to get one portion back. And the government, they tell you, well, here we have you hear the minister, oh, they don't got money and this and a whole lot of things. They don't got money. But the same Minister of Education could drive a $250,000 vehicle that he would never have bought that vehicle if it were to be paid out of his pocket. But you say that me and you pay for all these things. That me and you and everybody. We cannot make no ghost fool of them and tell you, oh, you know they pay tax and this one know they pay tax and you pay tax by everything where you buy. Maybe there are a few exempted stuff, you know, and then the government tell you, oh, we ain't got GST free weekend. Last weekend was one, but yet the idea, and this, you remember they started that thing the last Christmas. And they were saying that, okay, if they would do that, if they were to do that, it would encourage Belizeans to stay at home and buy and purchase. Well, you see the long lines, you see the amount of people that were in Melchor over this weekend. This weekend, right? And this weekend was the first weekend for the GST exemption and they had a list of items that you were able to get this GST free. Pencil, sharpener, uniform, a number of different things. I not see them tell you no footwear and so, right? But they had a list that GST was exempted for the weekend. Now, how will that help you? How that want to help the people? How do you know? How do you know that when you go buy them things, that the GST is not placed on it? Because most of the people we go and buy, they don't give them receipt. Is there any mechanism in place, any system in place where you could ensure that everybody get one receipt? You go to many store, man, you go right down here, they don't even give you a receipt. You go all about, you don't get no receipt. But that are one of the things I think we need to we as Belizeans, we need to assist, because if we were to ensure that when we go to the store to purchase anything, that we get a receipt and the GST is charged. But then how will we ensure that the storekeeper, the owner, whosoever is in charge, accounts for the sales we make? Something has to be done to ensure that the government is able to collect what the people pay. Because and you say, man, Joe, you like say the same thing over and over, but I'm telling you, people need to hear the same thing over and over, make them understand how it happen. The GST is a consumer tax. Each one of us who use the product, each consumer, right, has to pay a 12.5% on what you're buying. There are a few exemption: rice, I think, sugar, flour, bread. There's a few exemption, and that money is collected by the shopkeeper. And man, if you talk about, you're looking at 12.5% of your sales, and let's say for ballpark figure, a person's sales is $1,000, right? That person should pay into government $125. Yeah, 12 point. Yeah. Or that $1,000. Every $1,000 that we have to pay. And you go to some of the store, listen to me. You buck up into one another, so you know the kind of business where they take place. You know the kind of thing where they happen. So you know for the sales for the month is more than 1,000. So every thousand, the $125. Imagine your sales are 100,000. So that means you suppose out of the 100,000 you're supposed to give $12,500 into the government. People's sales for the month, the man I tell you $250,000, they kind of sales for the month. So you see the kind of money they're collecting on behalf of the government. But then most of the time, these monies are not paid into the government because there is no accounting. And so when I hear the lady, Mrs. Longsworth, from the tax department talking about improved tax collection, you see the other day one list when they put out with people where owe tax. One cooperative owe, I think, over $9 million. And you do wonder, but listen to me. How can these people be allowed to owe that kind of money? And then you hear regular regular people they call, people they tell up on the street, listen to me, we can't get we income tax refund. We can't get we income tax refund. You can't get your income tax refund because we know they collect the income, the taxes. Simple, simple, simple. If you owe $1 and you only collect 50 cents, you can't pay the dollar. And that's how it happen. So when they're telling us that, okay, they want to increase tax collection, they increase efficiency in management and accountability, so then is that an indictment on the present, right now, the present income tax department? My big question I want to ask, what will be the role of the tax director right now, who is the present tax director? Will she transition over to this new authority, the semi-autonomous revenue, sorry, the semi-autonomous revenue authority? Will she transition over there? Anyway, let me take this call. Caller, good morning, you're live.
Joe, man, Joe, how you go, man?
Are they right there, Papa?
Joe, as you talk about income tax, I have one individual for years to the council and tell you can't reconcile. I can't get my money from Darrell Bagley left to the council. We're not going for 3 terms, my money tie up there. We don't get no interest like when you're over government.
All right.
So they got my money tie up there for years now, and we can't get my leave money. And I don't know that, but it's important to me, that big money for me.
Well, that's true too.
And you don't get no interest when you get that.
No. In fact,
you don't get interest, and they should have penalties for the people, Joe, because they have we money tie up. If they don't reconcile, put to a penalty if they make they pay me to the time when they hold my money. My money tie up.
They do make I tell us something. When you if and when you do collect that money, the value of that money has gone down, you know. Cause probably that probably supposed to be collect that 2-3 years ago. The value of your refund has gone down. So I think they have to pay an interest. It's true what they do.
Man, me need the interest to become my killing a small thing.
Man, you do good, man.
Hey, man, I don't do that good, Joe. I suffer Kevin my ramen right now.
Boy, well, that boy.
Remember, ramen price gone up, you know, Joe, cheese gone up, egg gone up.
Everything gone up,
boy. Joe, you notice the basic for people thing gone up.
Boy, you know when you go up, Papa? Rum no gone up, liquor no go up at all. You get cheaper because now, listen to me, you could go to the store now and you could go buy beer for $2 now.
Joe, you look they had a tax-free weekend for school supplies.
Man, I just start about that.
So much people got across the border this weekend, and when you go to A&R and then not everything that tax-free, you know.
No, man.
Tax-free, but not everything that be tax-free. And my wife down to buy school supplies to my kids. And never everything that tax-free.
Yeah. But you say that...
The bullshit we forget we in the cage, and then when they think we are spending money, but a lot of people gone outside and Bell Church and Thomas still it.
Well, I remember my brother Carla when they implemented this thing for the very first time, Christmas 2024, I think, right? They were saying that by offering the GST free weekend, that people would stay home and spend their money home. Better than taking it over to Chetomal or Melchor. Man, if you see the lines, they had a lot of delays in Melchor over the weekend because of the amount of Belizeans going over there to buy.
If they give it tax free and the fuel, Joe, maybe we'll have do better.
Well, why? That's why they want to do, because that one affect a lot of way.
Every month, every 2 months, you give a tax free weekend for fuel.
No, you know, yeah, Johnny, tell you when you take off 1 cent, how much you lose.
How much you lose?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Take care, my brother.
Hey, but buddy, take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. But you know, you look at what is happening in this country. The Carla mentioned, but you should give which a lot of Belizeans would welcome and support, you give a tax-free weekend per fuel. So you go buy the fuel, and instead of paying 12.5% on the weekend, you pay 10%. Reduce the GST on the fuel, but they not do that. They won't do that. They not do that, because that would be too much. 2.5% on the on GST reduction to 10% for fuel would be welcomed by a lot of Belizean man, even the people who drive motorcycle, because you hear and tell you that listen to me. Because well, we all know. Oh, you know that in Belize recently, we've every weekend we have a death or two, a fatal accident, including motorcycle. And you hear them tell you, oh well, you know why people use motorcycle now, because it is more economical, it's cheaper, it's a cheaper mode of transport. So boss, listen to me. If you want to use less motorcycle, then you reduce the price of fuel. Then people will be able to probably use a car to move around. But Belizeans right now, and you know how much time, for me, I get upset when you catch in when they got a checkpoint and they got a long line and your engine the roll. Fuel the burn. Money they come out your pocket. Nowadays, you have to really plan how you use the gas you can afford to buy, Because when you buy that gas, that gas, remember now, and we've always been saying this, your gas you used to buy before, you can't cover the same distance with it. One time I remember under the UDP, when gas wasn't even $10 a gallon. It never even had $10 a gallon, right? When you buy your gas, you could run wrongly longer, because gas, you full your tank with $100. Now you can't even do that. You can't even do that. But this government now look for what we need. This government believe that here will happen. You tax them to debt. You tax them to debt, and make them get a sense. While the minister, while the ministers, while the CEOs, they enjoy good living. They're enjoying good living. I'm trying to pull up on my phone here. I hope I can find it quickly. I know I have it somewhere. I want to just reference the cost of fuel prior to this. Oh, I got it right there. See it right there. Now let me tell you something. And I'm reading from the price of fuel as of November 2020. The price of premium gasoline was $9.20. Right now, I think it's almost $14. The price of regular gasoline was $8.86. If I remember clearly, when I bought over there, it was $12.60 something. The price of diesel. The price of diesel was $8.33. Right now, it's almost $14 a gallon. Kerosene. You remember kerosene? Summer we used to cook on kerosene stove. A gallon of kerosene was $5.43. You know where they're right now. The price of butane, a 100-pound cylinder, as at November 2020, was $99. Where is it right now? If I'm not mistaken, I think the other day I bought a tank of butane, and I think it was something like $144. I stand to be corrected, and maybe listeners out there, you could call in and tell me what price they pay for fuel right now. But I'm just showing you. And then when you hear these prices, these were the same prices that the same Prime Minister believes, the Honorable John Briseno, during one of the same public service demonstration or teachers demonstration. I remember him good, he got on one cap, one hat, and he out there in a green shirt. Mr. Prime Minister, you need to lower the price of fuel by $2. Man, Johnny Briseno is now the Prime Minister believes. And rather than lowering the price of fuel by $2, he increased it by more than $4 in some instances. And they can't carry the quote for that. They can't carry the quote because that's a facts. That's true. That's true. Johnny Briseno, Johnny Briseno used to tell you prior to him winning 2020, the man they tell you he know which government official they land every plane. The commissioner of police used to tell you he know every shot we fire. Who fire. I mean, that kind of craziness them man they used to tell you, and the Belizean people gone right there and swallow all these nonsense. And you know what? That is why we are in the situation we are in right now. That is why we are in the situation we are in right now. Premier, the clock on the wall is telling us it's a minute after 8. We need to take a break. We'll be back.
Reunified, recommitted, and refocused, the United Democratic Party moves forward, with the National Party Council having reinstated previously expelled members and others who were not in good standing. The UDP now prepares for its national convention on October 5th to elect its new leadership executive. The party is in the process of accepting applications for caretakers in the majority of constituencies countrywide. All constituency conventions to be conducted and completed in time for the national convention. With the unprecedented challenges facing the nation and a government growing more corrupt and defiant by the hour, Belize needs the United Democratic Party now more than ever. The mission and movement to save Belize begins now.
Temperatures are rising, but the prices are dropping fast. From beach days to backyard barbecues, Cellular World has everything you need to stay connected, entertained, and ahead of the curve. Crank up the music with JBL speakers. Watch every play in a crystal clear action on a new Samsung TV, or stay productive with reliable Dell devices, all from your trusted authorized distributor. How low can you go? Try smartphones just for $119. Tablets at $129. TVs starting at only $379. Gadgets, computers, printers, appliances, and office equipment at the best price. Visit us today at your favorite Cellular World location, Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, or San Pedro, and find great deals, trusted brands, and a summer you will never forget.
B-Box offers Benny's customers the opportunity to earn points on their purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities, such as Best Manufacturing, Benquip, Island Freight Forwarders, Benny's Contractor and Lumberyard, and B-Mart. To learn more, Visit our website at www.bbox.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with bbox. Brought to you by Benny's. Quality and savings.
Shout Marshall for Wave Radio. Party mash up again. Hey, hey. Everybody know anytime we
Yo, what's going on, Bellies? Wave Radio. That's what you're locked into. Puffy from Barbados, letting you know not to touch that dial.
Bang, 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 bang.
Wamagwarugu, Nibu Hello. Wagia Garinago. Hamagion. Owale Lun Wadam Ridago. From West Africa, they divided us. Now we come together, children of Belize, fighting to get over colonial disease. Africa gain yabi, Wamagwaru, Balisi gain yabi, Aleyet, Africa gain yabi, Balisi gain yabi, Africa gain yabi, Aleyet. Different language, wish I could understand. Slave master of me language, took away me tongue. Feed me this broken garbage, this the how I song. That way you do in your master plan. You say that I'm mixed with European. Say that I'm Creole woman. Could be Garifuna, West African. Sarah Homan, Luheno. Sarah Homan. Let's get together, my cousins. It's time. Garinago, for y'all. Let's get together. Wake up.
Welcome back to Tuesday's edition of First Thing in the Morning, live from Studio to Wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Well, the new notes are out, and you know, there are lots of people out there who well, there are different views on the money, right? I have $100 here. I went to the bank yesterday and I get mainly money, and so they gave me the new notes. They were being issued yesterday. So there are lots of people who worry about whose image is on the notes. What is important to me is not whose image is on the note, is the value of the note. And we all know, even the dollar, the dollar with the queen on it, I can put back my 100 in my wallet because, lad, yeah. Even the money with the Queen, we know that in Belize, your dollar can't buy what your dollar used to buy. What is important is the value of the money here in Belize. We can't buy with Belize dollar, right? You can't buy with the Belize. You could never purchase anything. You have to buy with US dollar. The US dollar is 2 to 1. It's tied, the Belize dollar. But even if you go to the shop, go buy with a US accept the US dollar, right? You can't buy the same 10 US dollar where you used. Makes no difference. Makes no difference as to me. Where you could buy your purchasing power dollar. Queen pan it, the dollar with the heroes with George Price and Philip Ghost on it. The purchasing power of a dollar has been reduced. And some people want to tell you about here right now, buying with a Belize dollar in Belize are like, he worth 50 cents. Where right now the value of the dollar are like 50 cents. Because for me and for a lot of people, a lot of people, well, we used to see the Queen pan the dollar and we feel like if the Queen up on the dollar, with dollar want value more. And a whole lot of things, man, listen to me. The dollar, we're an independent country. A decision was made to have Belizean heroes on the money. I mean, to me, I think that is good. But we have to ensure, and government have to ensure that here we have the dollar, regardless of who they pay the dollar. Because let me tell you something. We can't carry dollar the Melchior go buy with the dollar. They don't have to accept it, right? We can't go Chetomal go buy with Belize dollar, right? They don't have to accept it because our dollar, regardless of which image is on the dollar, is a legal tender in Belize, right? And right now, as we make the change with the banknotes, the old dollar is still legal tender right now. So you go to some of the stores, some of the bigger supermarkets. When you go buy, you get the new money, and people ask, so well, man, if I still got the old dollar, we are doing it, man, you could still purchase with it. So while you buy, then the people then exchange it for the new notes, and then eventually then the new notes will be the only legal tender. But as we speak, the old notes are still legal tender. You hear that from the central bank, and I like the see, these are the new notes there. These are now and basically, if you look on it, the color schemes are the same. So you can't you can't make no mistake. The $5 with the Queen, and thanks Premier, the $5 with the Queen and the $5 with the Honorable George Price, right? Hero George Price, that is same red. The $10 bill with the Queen and the $10 bill with the Honorable Philip Golson, the same color. The $20 bill, if you look at it with with George Price and the Queen. They're the same color. So there is you can't make no mistake. And listening, say the $50 bill, they're the same color. The $100 bill is the same blue. So you can't. It's not that okay. Well, and change the money and then the colors. You could still differentiate by colors. And one of the things I must say also, that I was listening to somebody last night on the news talking about the new notes, the new bank notes, right? That they have a number of different features, and one of the things I must commend them for is on the dollar bill now, the person who can't see, the person who is blind, you know, you can feel it, and you know the difference between the bills. You know, sometimes that one day you see somebody go buy and then they feel the money, right? So there are additional features, security features, because you know right now with technology and the printing. With technology and printing, a lot of things could be done. I mean, you could see some counterfeit money where nearly look almost real. I know sometimes you go in some dark place where they change, where they use money and that kind of thing. The new notes have additional security features and additional features that would help people to determine which denomination you're using. All right, so I just went up there, and a lady passed me, and she'd reel up. When they do this fella, which crazy person do this and that, man, listen to me. I tell her, man, that not necessary. The notes, we have our heroes, our local heroes, images on the dollar note, but I'm saying the dollar note, regardless of who is on it, the dollar note or dollar no value, the buying power of a dollar can no longer is no longer a dollar. Our currency is tied 2-1 to the US dollar, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about the dollar notes. For me, I got them. It kind of looks strange in my wallet, right? And so, but that's it. The distribution of the dollar note started yesterday, and so look out for it. All right? Yeah. You know, I'm still waiting. I heard earlier, prior to election, I think it was Colonel Hyde or someone, a minister, they were saying that, they are raised the minimum wage now from $5 to $6. They will raise the minimum wage from $5 to $6. I think that raising the dollar, raising the minimum wage to $6, that really wants to see us, you know. Because basically at the end of the day, if you raise the salary, if you raise the minimum wage by $1, the businessman will have additional expenses as it relates to salaries. And you know what will happen? Like in any case, that cost will not be borne by the businessman alone, you know. That businessman will pass that on to the consumer. So that additional dollar will make things a little more expensive for us. What we need in Belize, we don't need one minimum wage, you know. We need a living wage. We in Belize needs a living wage. And if you look on a living wage, I Belize, my gosh, you know, It'd probably be maybe $8-9 an hour, right? And so that's why you see a lot of people right now are going to call centers and I think because they make more money. They make more money than the minimum wage. They're way above the minimum wage. But again, you know, these call centers that are holding pay. And I noticed recently there's been a boom in call centers. I say recently, it grabbed my attention over the weekend going down Chatham Street. There's a huge building there. And I think that's a call center. Everybody, they open call centers. And it would appear that it believes that are the only new industry that has been, I wouldn't say created, but it has been developed to a point where a number of Belizeans are employed in call centers. But what kind of training you need? What kind of training you need? You see, and that's why, you know, everything keeps tying into one another. It ties into one another. We want to use Belize. The Americans, they want to use Belize as a third country, a free haven for their persons, their people, the deportees. Now, when these deportees come, it is not that we are going to take them and put them in a detention center, you know. They will not be placed in a detention center. They will be placed out there, and these people will come here and they see jobs where we have available. They will now begin to compete, and they will now want the same job. And so what will happen to our Belizeans? What will happen to the Belizeans? When these people come here, there is a thing there with the states. If you ask for voluntary deportation, they give you $1,000, but your $1,000 is given to you when you arrived at the third country. So now they want corner Belize and they give them $1,000, right? Well, you could do it on $1,000 at Belize. You've never been here. You've never been here. What you do at Belize? We got problem with housing. We got problem with banned Belizeans unable to own a parcel of land because it has become very, very, very expensive. We have banned Belizeans. We have Belizeans, and listen to me. We sit all the time. You go to the hospital. Who you see at the hospital? So these people, these deportees who will be coming here as a third country, as a safe haven, these people will come here and use and compete with banned Belizeans, with Belizeans who are here for the same sort of social services, the very few social services where we have education. You don't think they want pantry too? And the PUPs have a way of, when them people come, they got a program where the first thing they look for, though, they go register them as voters. Register them as voters. They had a program there in one of the divisions I know, where when they come, they carry them and they register in our area, and then they get them $300, and that's it. That's it. I had experience where a couple came down right downstairs there a few years ago, not too very long ago, came down, and he said, "Oh, Mr. Bradley, I heard you on the show and this and that," and he wanted to know what programs does the government offer to persons who are deported to Belize. And I say, but wait, stick up in there, my brother. How long you there at States? He tell me that States have about 40-something years. See your wife, 40-something years. Now, for me, if you could spend because 40 years of your life, then a lot of time you spend somewhere. And 40 years of your life, you want to come down here and you want to come and depend on those persons who down here, Belizeans who have stayed here, lived here, and worked and suffered and continue to suffer. But though you made it as States, you spend the best years of your life in the States. And now you come back and want to know what are the services we offer for deportees. And I'm telling you, this couple was a couple who they were born Belizean. And I'm like I said, and I agreed with the government when they spoke about when this thing with this deportation and deporting people, illegal people in the States, and so hell yes, if you don't want Belizean, sure, you're sent out home. But I don't think it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility to take care of that person. That person must be able to come in here and work. And you know, it'll be a lot. But when you send plane loads of people to Belize, never been in Belize, don't got no family in Belize, what do you think will happen? We talk about crime. Crime will increase because we don't know who they bring cross. But you see, we are looking at making a decision whether and I think it was the same Minister Francis Fonseca, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He refused to comment on it, but he was saying that okay, it's a matter that will be taken to the cabinet. And the cabinet and the prime minister will be taken, if I'm not mistaken, he said it will be taken to the cabinet by the prime minister, and a decision will be made. Man, one decision like that, my humble opinion, needs to go to a referendum. We cannot even take care of 400,000 people. We can't take care of 400,000 people. And we want to bring more people in. That like if you got a house, you got one bedroom or three, and not done the sleep in there, and you and got two person who pass there and homeless, and you tell them, come in. We're probably asleep under the bed, in the toilet. That like you're bringing, you got three people in our house, one bedroom. You struggle. We are struggling. Because we're in a survival mode. We are struggling to eat. We are struggling to survive, and you want to bring other people in? What do you think will happen to us? Those three of us who live in the house. You want to get harder? And no sensible person will make one decision like that. If you bring two more people in your two-bedroom house, where three are not done live in, you know the kind of, you're probably with a good heart saying, well, okay, make we get them one roof, but you know we had a problem you bring in there. And then to add insult to injury, we don't even know these people. These people have never set foot in Belize. So why the hell will we decide that? But I'll tell you something. This government is in the habit, they like borrow. You remember that last year, I think it was, where they had this lady, Albright, came down here and they signed this MCC agreement with this donation for $125 million US, a grant to Belize, $125 million that they were giving as a grant to Belize. the money, part of the money, was supposed to have been used for the development of energy, and part of the money was supposed to have been used for education. No got a problem with that. Now when Trump got in, all of that stopped. He canceled all of that. In fact, the offices, I think some of them were closed down. And so it was said in Belize that, okay, the money dead, we know get it back. But every now and then you hear the Minister of Foreign Affairs talk about this MCC grant. The MCC grant is $125 million that the government, that the United States government was going to donate to Belize. And so, the man want to tell you, well, okay, you do this, I want to give you that. I do this. Man, listen to me. The kind of problems where we are having Belize, worth the 125 billion US. So we can't bargain and say, well, okay, we are make Belize a safe haven, but then you give it the 125 billion. Because basically, too, where a lot of people understand that $125 million will be spent, if I'm not mistaken, will be spent over a period of 5 years. This MCC will set up offices, have people here, and I think out of that money, a portion of that money, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 20% of that money. 20% of that money would be used in the maintenance of an office here. So basically, the 125 million or the $500 million spelled with a B, $500,000 Belize dollars, that would translate in. All of that now are used for us. All of that will not be used for us. We have become this government has made this country a country of beggars, man. We could borrow. We borrow. Yesterday in the discussion we had, Mr. Mavitt was telling us of foreign debt. Some professor did some sort of calculation, and a rough really talk about $2.6 billion. $2.6 billion. Now, how will we be able to get out of debt? We as Belizeans, our government needs to be very, very, very careful. We need to ensure that here will happen. We could produce and we could generate income at home. You can't, any businessman and tell you, right, that you got a business. You got a business. I make you look for a simple thing like a panada shop. I run a panada shop. My panada shop though, well, you know you need your gas. You need your gas. You need your fish or your beans, your chicken, whatever. Cause some people know put chicken in a panades. You need your onion. You need all your ingredients. You know what you need. Right? You got a person that work for you, right? But now you going to credit union and go borrow money to pay the person where they work for you. It don't make sense, because you want to pay the person for work for you, but you need money in the business. But here what happen? The person where you got they work for you, you want go borrow money for pay that person, but here what happen? You can't buy gas. You're short of panades. I mean, you're short of can. You can't. In our work, businessmen, no borrow money. Businessmen, no borrow money for pay recurrent expenses. Now, if you are here, we are borrow money if you buy another stove or another gas tank or something. Business people invest. Business people invest in a capital expenditures, money that will help them to generate money. But you can't buy your stove, the tumble on, all kind of thing. But you want to borrow money. Not if you replace your stove, you want to borrow money for pay. You don't do that. And we can't borrow money for pay salaries and pay fuel and that kind. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come right in, my brother. Yeah, so this is the thing. We as a nation cannot keep borrowing money because we have problems. We can't just borrow for pay salaries. No, we can't. We got my brother. Good morning, man. Tell us what's happening.
Good to be here on first thing in the morning.
Well, it's nice to have you here.
Yes,
man. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, man. So what's happening?
Just Johnny Barrow is borrowing, believes into debt that is unsustainable.
Yes, man. Yes. I'll tell you, we have a lot of issues. That the Belizean people, and as a party, as the United Democratic Party, we need to bring these issues to the forefront. I mean, right now.
Thank you for doing
you're welcome.
Job
Yeah.
And making sure that we keep the priority. What the priority should be, which is the national issues,
yes,
such as the unsustainable debt
that
we have going on. I see they just borrowed another $20 million.
Yes, man.
And I recall vividly when the Dean Barrow administration was borrowing, I believe, $1 million a day in order to pay public officers because of COVID. So that was justifiable. They complained about that and used that as a political volley in order to convince the people to give them the opportunity to serve. And now there is no COVID.
And they borrow more.
There is no crisis, no national emergency happening. And I believe they're borrowing $2 million a day if you do the calculations.
Or more.
Correctly, indeed. So this idea that borrowing was a cardinal sin during the Barrow administration was obviously a perverted attempt to convince the people that the PUP had the solutions. But now that they've taken office, they have failed terribly. From the first term, and they continue in this term. I think it is unfortunate that they have not taken advantage of the mandate that they receive from the people to do better for the people. Instead, they have used it to build their hubris and to continue with their contempt and line their pockets, self-enrich, and do all of the things they swore they would not do. So it's quite unfortunate, but I thank you for keeping a spotlight on these cardinal sins of the People's United Party, and I am confident that in due time the people will have enough. If you remember, when the UDP lost in 1998, it took former Prime Minister Dean Barrow 2 terms to be able to convince the Belizean people that they had had enough of the People's United Party.
And not to, just allow me to, your 1998 when we lost, and then we won in 2008, right? But I remember, because I was involved in the demonstration, and so, in fact, I even got locked up The
Okay,
first
so
time,
you
right?
were at the
Yes, man. But
National Assembly
Yes,
demonstration.
when you look at what was happening 2004, 2005, because we had just lost the second election there in 2003. You look at what was happening 2004, 2005, 2000, the same thing that is happening right now, you know.
Indeed.
It's the same thing.
Indeed.
And the people came out. So we need the Belizean people need to come out.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Again, we just, as people who have committed to a life of service, we just need to continue serving. And I believe that's why it is important as the UDP transitions and I conclude my term as leader of the UDP, I am doing all I can to leave the party better than I inherited it. And I do believe that having the caretaker conventions is a step in the right direction, because we need people at the helm in these constituencies who are determined, who are resilient, and will do everything in order to build the trust of the people in the constituencies. Because what happens, it's a crescendo. It's not just one person. It's not the leader. It's not the leadership executive.
The foundation.
It is the collective. It is all of us. I always advise colleagues who may be in a constituency that seems insurmountable, seems improbable and impossible to win. What I tell them, their value to me is not diminished by their probability to win. If you go to a Freetown, where I don't believe we have ever won Freetown except for Derek Aikman
way back. Yeah.
Once in the entire history of electoral politics. Notwithstanding, having a caretaker or standard bearer, constituency leader there that is viable, that is a voice, that is fighting for the betterment of his or her people, adds value to the overall organization of the United Democratic Party. So the idea that you may be in a constituency that is improbable to win means that you are inconsequential, I do not subscribe to. I believe that we all contribute to the overall packaging, the overall marketing of the institution, so that people can look and say, marvel at the quality of candidates we are putting forward. And that quality is not necessarily in a PhD or in a law degree, but in your diligence, in your presence, in your engagement in the constituency. People want to be heard. People want to be understood. And people want someone who is consistent. So it's a lot of work.
Yep.
It's a lot of work, right? But we all have to do it.
Collectively.
And for me, making sure we had constituency conventions was important before we have the national convention, because we need to build from the bottom up. And we need to ensure that the people get the best representation in the constituency, and that will help the leader that succeeds me, because no leader can do it by themselves. If you have colleagues that are not doing the heavy lifting in their constituencies, it will continue to be a steep climb to form government.
Now you're talking about these cons.
Yes, so we have conventions starting August 24th.
Yeah.
I believe you have the list.
Yes.
In I believe Port Loyola, Sorry, no, it's Fort George. Fort George and Freetown are the first set of conventions, Sunday, August 24th. Then I believe August 31st, we have Port Loyola and Pickstock. If my memory serves me right, I'm getting old in age.
No. Sunday, August 31, Collet and Port Loyola.
Collet and Port Loyola.
Then on September...
But I was correct about the 24th, right?
Yeah, Fort George and Freetown.
Yes.
And then on the 7th, September 7th, we'll have Lake Independence and Pickstock.
Pickstock, okay.
Sunday, September 14th, Belize Rural North and Orange Walk Central. And then Sunday, September 28th, Belize Rural South and Belize Rural Central. And then the last one will be Sunday, October 5th, Dangriga and Belmopan. Not really. And then October 12th, Stand Creek West and Toledo East.
Yes,
and then there will be 4 constituencies that will have endorsement.
Yes, I believe some of those colleagues have already been endorsed. Yes, in Caribbean Shores, in Corozal Bay, in Cayo South, and in Orange Walk East. Congratulations to Dr. Omar Vasquez in Corozal Bay, to Marlo Pereira in Orange Walk East, to Zenobia Young in Caribbean Shores, and Dale Palayo in Cayo South.
Okay.
So, as we said, in 1998 to 2008, the party fought hard to get back to government. Didn't happen in 2003, but it happened in 2008. And I am hopeful that the steps that we are taking will see the party return to government in 2030 or whenever the next elections are called. And I pledge here and now that the party will always have my support. Whoever the leader is, whoever the leadership executive will be that succeeds me, will have my unconditional support in the name of the Belizean people, because that is what we need. We need to work together for one common goal, and that is to ensure that we provide the Belizean people with the government that will once and for all help to enhance their lives. We have a government now that I believe is highly unpopular, but they have managed to distract the people. They have managed to misdirect and misguide the people so that their attention is focused on the inconsequential things, and thus they have been able to get by. But I am happy that you highlighted the similarities to what happened in 2004, 2005, 2006. That's when Zenaida came in as mayor. That was a indication that we were headed in the right direction. And so I'm very optimistic and very hopeful. People can only tolerate but so much, and I am confident that the UDP will sort itself out as we are doing now. Darrell Bradley made a very accurate point when he was on another media station, where he said that these things happen, it's growing pains, and the party must sort itself out. It's a part of evolution, lest we become extinct and irrelevant. And I don't believe the winningest mass party in post-independence history will ever become extinct or irrelevant. We just need to focus on the issues. We just need to have the right people in place from top to bottom, bottom to top, that are focused on the people and are putting up the fight of their lives. You know, I was in Mesopotamia yesterday. Usually I go there in the evening times and take a seat right over by Phillies. Make sure got a Phil's on Amara He's having a
Phil's.
Yes, he's having a sale. I have to tell you right now. I one of the best. He make the best wings in Belize. Amara Avenue on the corner of King Street. He makes the best wings, burgers. He's having a chicken dip by orders for August 7th. You can call him at 612.
Do me a favor, send it to me, Circle.
2604. 612 2604, and that's Phil's. But that is my spot. So he's doing a special chicken dip, but he got the wings. You have burger. What I do, I only eat turkey or chicken sausage. So when I have to tell the man when I have to order the Shine special, because what I do is I buy my lead turkey sausage and I carry it and I make it, cut it up.
And then he fix it up.
And he fix it up for me, right?
Okay.
But Phil's, yes.
On right? Amara Avenue.
Amara, on the corner of Amara and King Street. Okay. But I was, my next, because I'm a foodie, so then you have Carmen's on East Collet Canal. Carmen, Miss Cosita Leslie.
You mean right across from the Yemen?
Yes.
Right across from the
yes. So
nice panades.
Yes, panades. Well, listen. They started in the mornings and afternoon, and then the daughter Carmita, Miss Cosita sell food the morning, afternoon, and then Carmita sell food in the evening, which was a genius idea as an entrepreneur. Because people always want to eat.
Yes.
And sometimes you go there, I have to call my order in half an hour before I can get my order. So I'm going to get me...
Carmita, is that right?
Yes. Carmen's. But Carmita, that the daughter will sell food at night. And Miss Cosita, the mother, will sell food. Sure.
Carla, good morning, you're live. Oh, we gone. All right, kindly call back.
So I was going to get my eggs, cause I get my fried jack. Sometimes I drink tea the night with my breakfast. So I get my leaf fried jack, egg, beans, and cheese. And as I was going there, I was talking to a few of the residents, and they were talking about the new currency.
Oh yeah.
And I know that the United Democratic Party has many crownites, people who have great regard for the crown, and they believe in the monarchy, or they appreciate the monarchy.
Okay.
So I don't want to offend anyone, but without offending anyone who appreciates the history of the monarchy in Belize, good and bad, I celebrate us moving away from a colonial identity into one of national pride and our unique national identity.
Agreed.
So I celebrate having our two national heroes, two Creole, one on the lighter side, one on the darker side, which is what is on our flag. Right? A mestizo gentleman and an African Afro-Belizean. So to have our currency with George Price, the national hero, and Philip Golson fills my heart with pride. However, the problem with the Briceño administration is a lack of consultation. They should have engaged the public before doing this in not just a symbolic way, but in a meaningful way, to get the people's feedback. people feel excluded from their government. People feel that these decisions are being made, and while I told them, I said, listen, I celebrate having Philip Golson and George Price on the currency, and I don't agree with 99% of what the PUP does, so I'm not going to politicize something to me that is a watershed moment in our history. However, I have to agree with the people when they were saying, but they're not telling how much it costs to do this. We don't like the design. We think the design could have been better. We don't like the quality of the paper. I'm just saying, had they conducted consultations, then they would have gotten the benefit of the ideas of the Belizean people that could only make the currency transition better, right? And this is why they're having a problem with the 13th Amendment.
Again, all right.
Because
consultation.
Lack of consultation, lack of trust. The people of this country have no confidence in the Briceño administration. They only won by default in 2025 this year because the people were distracted with other things. The UDP had a civil war, and so people had no choice but to vote for the People's United Party. But they have totally lost the confidence of the people because something like the 13th Amendment, if you look at the details, there is nothing in the 13th Amendment that is not already
in the laws
of Belize. But the people distrust the Briceño administration, they distrust the Musa police department because they distrust and they have no confidence in the government. And that's what has happened. And I can't say that I blame the people. I can't say that I blame them. So where there may be legislation that is necessary, it is difficult for this government to convince the people that they can be trusted to implement necessary legislation.
And you know, we're facing another problem right now with the U.S. wanting to use Belize as a safe haven in the third country.
Yes.
I mean, we know that we have, 200,000 people in Belize. Our government, our people here, they suffer. So why would we bring more people here?
I think
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
It's a matter of trust, and you need to hear what is happening.
Yes, and so things like this need to be discussed.
Yes, sir.
So you know, I am a Belizean American. You know, I grew up in the United States for many years. I left Belize when I was 8 years old. I left Carousel Street to go and be with my lovely mother. Happy birthday, Moms. It was her birthday yesterday.
Okay, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Imyon. I love you very much. Me Bali Files' birthday too.
Oh, okay.
Rodney Lord.
Yeah, for King Street.
Yes. His birthday was on Sunday, so happy birthday, Brother Files, Bling, as we call him, from Mesopotamia. But what the point I was trying to make as far as the United States. United States is our #1 partner. Not just in the Western Hemisphere, but globally. We do the most trade with the United States. We get the most investment, the most grants, whether it be through Taiwan or the United States. We get the most support from the United States. There has been no better friend to Belize than the United States, in my humble view. However, if such a proposal is being put to the government has a responsibility to put those proposals to the people.
I agree to 100%.
Right? Because this is when things go wrong.
Yep.
Because while I, Shine Barrow, understand bilateral relations and understand that the United States and Belize have shared ideals, shared goals, and we have worked hand in hand over the last 44 years since our independence. We still need to consult the people.
Yeah.
So I will always be predisposed to support my American friends to do whatever we can as a country to work with our American friends. We still need to consult the people. We need to inform them. And so it could be that, all right, yes, we will agree to be a safe haven, but under these circumstances. Because as you pointed out, we have a poverty issue. We have our own issues that we are grappling with as far as quality of life, as far as social welfare. So if we are to work with the Americans, then we would need to do it with the financial bandwidth to be able to absorb these people. And again, I don't know the details, so that could already be a part of the agreement.
Yeah.
But we need to ensure that the people have the benefit of the facts. And that's one thing that Briceño has failed at. He and his administration feels they don't need to tell the people nothing.
Yeah.
When we vote we in, we are saying again when election time come.
You know, like when you started, you were talking about the constituencies and the bottom, the roots. The people are the roots. The people are the foundation.
Indeed.
And we, like I said, this government needs to inform the people of what is happening.
Yes.
I mean, the Honorable Francis Fonseca said, we'll take it to the cabinet and we'll make a decision.
We have to take it to the people.
No, the people, man. I did that people thing.
Yes. Yes, I have to take it to the people. And that's what we bring to the table, United Democratic Party. I think we have so many bright minds in United Democratic Party, past and present. There's a place for everyone in the United Democratic Party. I just think just a matter sometimes of changing positions. Even with me, as I transition out of the leadership office, the party leader office, it doesn't mean that I can't give as much and play as a significant role
as you did with
as I did
leader.
as leader.
I agree with 100%.
And so we must embrace everyone so that we can accomplish the ultimate goal. This is not a necessarily, by law it's a unincorporated association. But this is not necessarily a private members club. This is an organization who has given decades to making the lives of the Belizean people better. When you go to the genesis, you had the National Party, which my great-grandfather, Ebenezer Oliver Bunting Barrow,
I remember that.
was a founding member. He was a secretary of the National Party. My grandmother, Esme Diaz, was one of the founding members of the Honduran Independence Party, who then merged with the National Party and became the NIP.
National Independence Party.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you had my granduncle, Dean Lindo, who founded the People's Democratic Movement. PDM. Right? I spoke to Mr. Pereira, Esteban Pereira Sr., and he didn't even know that. He said he just picked that name because he's someone that had run for the PDM, and he applied to run for the UDP. But so the PDM was led by Dean Lindo, and then Manuel Esquivel, Ned Vasquez,
Harry Lawrence,
Paul Lopez, Paul Rodriguez, were the Liberal Party.
I remember them.
And they came together to form the United Democratic Party. And we won our first elections in 1984. So it is always about removing the hurdles of ego, removing the hurdles of pride, and narrowing the focus on the people. And I am confident that we will do that we are doing that. And I will give, again, my commitment to supporting the leadership team that is elected. I believe we have an MPC today at 7 to set a new date because the National Convention
has to be postponed. Okay, I was going to ask you
that. Yes, okay, because of the schedule. Listen, I wanted to move expeditiously to the October 5th date, but the candidates complained. I wanted to have convention starting this weekend.
Okay.
But in all fairness, colleagues are saying you can't give us a week to have a convention, and then it doesn't give the people the opportunity to be aware that the convention date is so and so that they can come out and exercise their democratic right. So in all fairness, we delayed by 30 days. So but whoever succeeds me on November 30th, which I believe is a date that is being...
a new date.
That is a date that is being recommended. We will vote on that.
You'll vote on that today?
Yes, this
evening.
evening.
Then you tell us, because we have an ad saying the 4th of October.
No, the 5th.
The 5th, sorry.
Yes, but I believe that will change. It has to change. There's no way we could make the October 5th date now. When you look at the cost of living, we still have not done anything to make people's lives better with the cost of living.
That's true.
In Belize. Human development has been totally absent, whereas under the Barrow UDP administration, remember you used to go and get your pantry for $10. You could get $50, $60 worth of pantry for $10. No, you don't even have that option. They have completely politicized the grocery bag program, where only the People's United Party supporters benefit from something that should be a national program for those in need. I don't know, in all fairness, that is how it was done when Balderramos was there. I'm not sure what the new minister, Miss Thea Garcia, is doing. But you look at those things, what a blow to day-to-day Belizeans who are struggling with inflation, struggling with the highest cost of living. And this government,
nothing. Look, you know, as you're talking about the pantry, look at the kind of assistance that were provided in education.
Yes.
The government paid for 4 CXC if you passed English and maths, right? You pass.
Have they stopped that?
Yes, you get one.
So how many CXCs do they pay for now?
None.
You sure about that?
Yes, man.
Okay.
They don't have that program because it was a program. They pay for 4.
I have to check.
But check it. You get 4 if you pass English and maths. You get free scholarship.
Okay.
Tuition paid.
I have to check on that. I know that the former minister Fonseca, I had a solid working relationship with him. To be fair, you know, I know they ask nobody for no education assistance for myself or my daughter. But I can say that whenever, because we had a certain budget, I would always go over that budget And the minister never made it do nothing for me. He made it do it for the people. But in all fairness, some ministers could play politics and spite the people for spite the area representative, and he did not do that in all fairness. And I had a good working relationship with the current Minister of Education. We were in the blood sport of debating, and when you're debating in the House, all gloves are off. But we would always have mutual respect for each other when the blood sport concluded, right? Because he would always get up and come with all types of standing orders to interrupt me and disrupt me, but I would continue going. But so I'm not sure. I know he's an educator himself. So I will check. I will reach out, because what I try to do, there are many things that we disagree with, but I do subscribe to the idea that you have to give the government the opportunity to correct itself. And where they don't correct themselves, then you can attack them, and that is the case that you make to the Belizean people. So in instances like this, I would check about that CXC, and I will check about, whether if you pass English or math, do you still get the scholarship?
Tuition paid.
Yes, right.
That was under the UDP.
Because even though I'm not in the House of Representatives anymore, I still have a lot of people that
well, you have established friends where you
they
maintain those.
And I'm still advocating on behalf of the people, and I still intend to serve the people in Mesopotamia in one way or the other. I've never given up on that commitment, right? So, but these are the things that we need to focus on: social welfare, making sure that even the University of Belize, that we build the University of Belize into a world-class university where the credits, where if you go to another country,
it's accepted.
Even in CARICOM, I'm not sure if you can use a UB degree in Jamaica.
Well, I don't know.
Right? I'm not sure. But we just need to continue to invest in our education sector, because that is the foundation. That is one of the key pillars of any society, an educated society, and as well as vocational training.
Yeah, we need that.
Because not everyone is academically inclined. So whereas certain youth may not be inclined to the classroom, let's ensure that they are equipped with a skill set so that they can not just take care of themselves but be contributing members of society. So these are all things that need to be the focus, and we need to ensure that we keep putting our policies to the people. One of the things I'm very grateful we were able to do in the last elections is put forward our policies, put forward our manifesto. With all that was happening, we were able to put forward our policies and manifestos. And the longer you're in opposition, the more of an expert you become.
Yeah, that's true.
But my hope, which is why it's very important who you have as your standard bearers, your caretakers, because those are the people that will go into cabinet. And what we need are people that will have the political will to execute the expertise that they accumulated while in opposition. Because what happens is people get to cabinet and they totally abandon the expertise that they had in opposition, and they go and reverse course. We need to execute. Execute the expertise. Have the political will to deliver for the people. Yeah. Well, I know that you have a other things to discuss?
Well, wait, it's 15 minutes after 9.
So
you know?
we're out of
It's
time.
nice so when you're enjoying something.
Yeah.
You know,
So
time
past
just-
time.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
no, I don't have a problem.
Yes. But I am grateful for the work that you have done over the decades that you've been here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, fighting for the Belizean people, being a voice for the Belizean people. Thank you to the viewership, the audience that tunes in every day and gives their opinion. And this is why we're saying the Briceño administration has lost its way and lost the trust of the Belizean people because they've stopped listening to the Belizean people.
Yeah. You know, I
And
kind of
so-
feel
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad that we were trying to pick up this caller
Yes.
because we have a rule here. No matter who,
Oh yeah, we picked
the
them up,
line
yeah.
will
Yes,
be
yes,
open
yes.
because this is the way
Yes,
we
yes.
communicate with
But
our
I
people.
just and so
Okay.
for the caretakers, I'll leave with this: the caretakers and the new generation of leadership coming in
Okay.
on a constituency level to the top level. It is important that we listen to the people, stay in your constituencies. That's what I was telling many of the applicants because they are concerned, well, you are coming to the end of your term, so what will happen? I said, listen, you don't worry about anything that will happen after we elect a new party leader because once the people elect you in your constituency, and you have a relationship with the people, doesn't matter
Yeah.
what is happening at the top. And that is what I encourage people that are coming in. They need to focus on their people in the constituency. I end how I started. It is a crescendo. If everybody in their constituency, even in the constituencies that are improbable, when the tide, when it starts to shift, it shifts. When they say a rising tide floats all boats.
Yeah.
So you'd be surprised the seats that would be able to come in when the paradigm shifts. So you, in your capacity, should not pay attention to probability of victory, but pay attention to your people. And once we have competent, attractive candidates, and again, what makes you competent and attractive is not necessarily your academic background or your professional background, but your commitment
To the people.
to your people, your voice, your ability to articulate, and not necessarily in the most illustrious form of being able to master the English
language.
vernacular, not necessarily, because you have people like Michael Finnegan, who grassroots politicians who
he did it.
who speak to people and speak for people in their vernacular, and this is what we need: people who are voices, who are strong voices for their constituents, and to me that will create the perfect formula that will see the UDP form the next government. So thank you,
Well,
my brother.
I want to say thanks
Keep
for
up the
being
good
part
work.
of us
Yes.
in the morning, man. All right?
All right. God
Yeah,
bless.
but be careful. Yeah, all right. Well, it's 15 minutes after. It's 15 after. Yeah, you go.
All right, yes.
Yeah. We're done him. Okay. We're back. We just want one. Yeah. Call. I got a call here. Yeah. Carla, good morning. You're live. Why I can't? Why am I not? Why am I unable to pick up? Why am I unable to? Yeah. I can't. So something wrong by. Anyway, Premier, it's 20 minutes after 9. We want to say treat or taste buds, good food, good pizza. Mo's Pizza and Pasta at the Newtown Barracks, where you can enjoy that delicious homemade meat pie And then the Sahara Grill, 3.5 miles on the Philip Goatson Highway. You could call 605-3785, 203-3031. Sahara Grill, Yala Sahara Grill, the best Lebanese food. And then remember Chongsin Restaurant, 2230709, 2230709. You call 2230709. And you place your order there and tell her when if you go pick up your food. You got a 184 Corner North Front Street and Majestic Alley, and you can pick up and enjoy delicious Chinese food, right? And remember, Miss Telma, 207-0340. Today is Tuesday, so Telma got regular. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody sent me. I can't say the person. Let me just read this before I go, because people listen, and the US 125 billion equal 250 million, quarter billion, not half billion. All right. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that's a listener who listens to us every morning. Yeah, well, we want to say thanks for having us in your offices, in your cars, in your homes, in your bedrooms, wherever you listen to us, wherever you watch us. We want to say a special thank you to Mr. Barrow, who was here with us this morning. A special thank you to DJ Premier, who does the technical work in the morning. You say, hey, Dina, but Premier are the one over there where they take care of business. So Premier, special thank you. And then I want to also tell you that if you need one good DJ, if you're going to function, you want any type of music, you just tell Premier what type of music you want. You will have it on time, and you will be more than satisfied. You can worry about the food. You don't have to worry about the food and what time the food and get there. But you don't have to worry. You will have the perfect music for any occasion. You call DJ Premier. Make a get your number. Make a get that man, because we like him. One of the things with us at first thing in the morning, we like promote small businesses. We like promote people where they try improve. So, and I tell you, Premier, I must say, before I go, Premier has DJ Premier. You want to get DJ Premier? You want that perfect music for that special occasion? You can call 636-2261. Premier, I got it right. 636-2261. Again, DJ Premier, that perfect music for that special occasion. Well, we want to bid you a pleasant good morning. Keep it locked on the wave 105.9, your most trusted name in information, education, and entertainment. Premier, we got you know.
From West Africa, they divided us. Now we can. Orale. Sarahoma Niluhena. Sarahoma Garinaga. Orale. Africa. Balisi. Dangriga. Orale, look. Wayabi. Lido Abba.
Not Kikaka or Placencia, it's right here in the city. The second annual Bird's Isle Lobster Fest. What?
Darling, keep me up.
Yes, the Big Bad Bird's Eye is having a second of its kind on Sunday, August 17th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's Bird's Eye Lobster Fest. Come satisfy your lobster taste buds with luscious lobsters that will have you coming for more. There will be additional entertainment such as a kids' creative corner, trampolines, bouncy house, face painting, and many more games and prizes. Ice cold drinks, music by top DJs and other entertainers.